Hi, and welcome to our playthrough of Resident Evil Village. Oh, I can't wait to get choked by Lady Demetrescu. Fancy her. I figured everyone's doing that at the moment on YouTube, Jack, so I thought we'd just join in. Everybody is playing Resident Evil Village. Everybody is.
And
all
fancy
the people
one
I follow.
of the characters.
Lady Demetrescu.
Lady...
Hear me tonight. Demetrescu. Look her up.
Demetrescu.
Owen, put a photo down there, Lady Demetrescu. See if we can get some of those.
Oh, she's like
those hits.
She looks like Lacey Evans.
She's a million foot, and she'll choke you in a naughty way, in a rude way, in a way that she probably would give you a kiss as well, but mainly choke you.
This area contains spoilers. Are you sure you want to read it? No,
don't spoil it. Just wait until our playthrough, which is now, right after the wrestling Demetrescu news. Possible WWE plans for Daniel Bryan's return. We've got backstage details on a recent NXT Call-Up, and two big matches have been set for tonight's Go Home WWE Raw. We'll get to them in a bit. So, Daniel Bryan had the wrestling world talking when his contract expired with WWE and he didn't re-sign. He is a free agent. He can go wherever he wants. AEW, Impact Wrestling, ROH, LMW, North Wrestling, MEW. He could work for DFI. Join REM, SCS, go sell some furniture. He could go on QI. He could go on ER. He could go to ER. He could meet EC3. Wrestling. But we've got a few more details on what's going to happen next. So there's a massive vibe that Daniel Bryan may end up back within the company. What do we know today, Jack?
Well, according to WrestlingNews.co, a source has stated there is no grudge from either side that he let his contract expire and is now a free agent, and that McMahon, I assume Vince McMahon, believes that Daniel Bryan will be back but just needs time to recharge his batteries. WrestlingNews.co is also reporting that basically the WWE wants Bryan back for a big match at SummerSlam, a show obviously without a confirmed date as of now. But yeah, technically his future's still undecided, but the general feeling is he'll be back and they want him for a big match at SummerSlam, but it doesn't really mention whether Bryan wants to be back for a big match at SummerSlam, I suppose. Yeah,
I mean, the line there from Vince McMahon, according to sources, that he is simply recharging his batteries and he'll be back. I mean, it could go down like that. I think, you know what, we talked in the previous news video about John Cena possibly rocking up at SummerSlam. I think somebody else who could potentially rock up at SummerSlam would be a returning Daniel Bryan. And there's a big part of me that thinks that as much fun as it is to fantasy book where Daniel Bryan is going to go next and what he's going to do next, there's a big feeling that he'll end up going back to WWE, working one more run and then calling time within WWE. I mean, the only thing that kind of draws that into any doubt is some of the stuff that he was saying coming out of WrestleMania, how he wasn't really feeling himself in the match, how he was almost like removed from the match, how he didn't want to be part of the WrestleMania main event. So maybe some time away to sort of reevaluate may give him that oomph to have one more run back in WWE. Do we think this is probably going to be a thing that ends up happening, Jack, of Daniel Bryan return at SummerSlam?
I honestly don't know at the minute. I don't know whether to call it, because if they said this about most wrestlers, I'd say, yeah, that probably is true. But with Daniel Bryan and, like you say, the things he was saying coming out of WrestleMania, I genuinely don't know. I don't know.
The future still a question mark for one D. Bry. Very much an exclamation mark, though, for Mansoor, who has had his call-up to Monday Night Raw. He's now part of the Red Brand, you lucky devil. He talked to TV Insider about his debut on the show from this past Monday. He said, quote, "I found out the day of that he was getting the call-up. That's the great thing about being a WWE superstar." When you go to work, you're kept on your toes.
Keeps you on your toes, everyone.
Yeah, well, you could be on telly, you could be sacked, you could be on telly.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about being a WWE superstar.
He didn't say you could be sacked, just to clarify, everybody. That was just me and Tom.
That's just me being pithy.
Yeah.
I've been coming to the Thunderdome for the last 2 months doing main event, says Mansoor. I think people have been taking a look at me and seeing if I'm ready. I was hoping this day would come. A member of the production team on Monday came to me, shook my hand and said, "Hey, welcome to the team." dream. I can't tell you how happy that made me. All right, we are being daft, but it is exciting to see Mansoor, getting that big opportunity and stepping onto Monday Night Raw, which I think for the wrestling fans of a certain breed, of a certain age, it's always going to be a dream to be on Monday Night Raw, even when it has these down phases, which it's currently in. We've well documented it. Still feels like a special thing to be a part of that show, doesn't it, Jack?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's always nice when we see somebody who has been featured. Well, Mansoor's in a really unique position, isn't he? Because he's been featured without being featured. He's occasionally cropped up. And I think that it's always nice to see somebody be given a chance kind of out of nowhere, which is a good thing. Hopefully he can do all right. Hopefully, it carries on. It's a shame that his undefeated streak ended in such unceremonious fashion.
It is telling as well as sort of the state of Monday Night Raw at the moment. We talk quite a bit about those random days where they'll have plans thrown out at the last minute. You'll get an hour before Raw and they're still writing the thing. The fact that Mansoor found out on the day, oh, by the way, you're debuting tonight, shows that it's still quite frantic backstage at Monday Night Raw. Hey, trademark news. Dun, 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 dun.
Fantastic.
WWE is trademarked for the name Blair Davenport.
Sounds like a Gossip Girl character or something. Sounds like a rich American teen.
Oh,
just in
that'd
the
be
city.
Amazing.
Oh my god, I saw Blair Davenport the other day. Oh my god. That was me being a bratty American teenage girl.
I feel like it sounds like the name of a daughter from Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, definitely. That's
only because I've been watching a lot of Desperate Housewives lately.
Like the poshest of stuffy old English white man. Weirdly, it's very American or very English. Oh, why is Blair Davenport?
One that's literally just noises.
Yes.
Like the new William Regal.
So we don't know who's using this name then, Tom? Is that what's being...
but if WWE are watching, there's a couple of ideas.
Yeah, there you go.
Fill your boots with them, you lucky devils. We're back to Monday Night Raw and Final More. 2 matches made for the show tonight. And what have we got lined up for Monday Night Raw at time of recording, Jack?
We've got, indeed, 2 matches that have been set. I'll throw in an extra one because the third one was already known, but it's a big one to mention as well. So we've got 2 matches that have been set recently. One is 8-man tag team action as AJ Styles and Omos will team up with Elias and Jackson Riker against the babyface collective of Randy Orton, Riddle, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Then in the women's tag team division, you've got the women's tag team champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, teaming with Charlotte Flair, who I almost gave a championship introduction to because I'm just so used to it, but she's not actually the champion. They'll be facing the team of Asuka, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke. And then the match that I mentioned that we already kind of knew about, but is worth mentioning again as part of this little Raw preview, is a non-title match between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, because they're building to that triple threat between Lashley, McIntyre, and Strowman. And I believe Strowman had a match last week, so Drew gets one this week. So yeah,
it feels like just the same cast of characters just being put in the similar play. This is the wrestling equivalent of just 2 days before you do your big shop and you're just trying to use whatever's in the fridge to make tea. That's kind of what this feels like at the moment with Monday Night Raw. It's very much been this weird holding pattern to get us all the way to WrestleMania Backlash, which is this Sunday. And as it stands, those are 3 of the big matches for tonight. But as we find out with Monday Night Raw, cards are always subject to change.
Yes.
If you fancy something to watch in the meantime, whilst waiting for Monday Night Raw to start later on, Straight to Hell with Andrew dropped on the YouTube channel over the weekend. Have you seen Andrew Straight to Hell yet?
I've not watched it yet, Tom.
I didn't think it was possible for somebody as genuinely wholesome as Andrew to find fault with things, but whoa, when you're on his bad side, it's a sour place to be.
Whoa, I didn't know that. I'm looking forward to watching it.
YouTube.com/Cultaholic, where you are right now, funnily enough. And Andrew back tonight, twitch.tv/Cultaholic, 6 p.m. British summertime for Monday Fun Day. What's he doing? I don't know.
No one knows. Not even him.
I don't think Andrew knows even halfway through what he's doing.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for excitement. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Have an exceptional Monday. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.